Coverage from the Hella Formula Offroad race continues. Today we look at tracks 4, 5 and 6, which are a very entertaining first part of the day. A lot of rolls, a lot of spectators, a lot of great cars and good show is what we got in this first event of the season. Now in the second part we have the infamous river, we've got the mud, and we've got treacherous conditions for the drivers to get through. Let's look at the standings. Þormar Pálsson leads, however he had a really big role in track number 3 and was having troubles. Ingólfur Guðarsson second, Haukur Einarsson third, Gerard Grímsson and Guðmundur Guðmundsson they're behind.
Jæja Þór, hvernig gengur eftir fyrstu brautir?
Já, ég held að ég sé efstur.
Þetta var flott í fyrstu braut?
Já, mjög gott og sprungnu og svona, en aðeins skýtaði þetta bakkan, Ingo fór þetta svo létt að aðeins truflaði mig.
The fourth course of the day was a time attack, and here we have Ingólfur Guðarsson driving Gautinni Born. Ingólfur was 70 points behind Thor before this track, so a good time here could see him take the lead. Now Ingólfur giving it a lot there, a bit loose up the hill here, but looks fast, needs to come down here after that turnaround. Car performing nicely, smoking a lot all weekend. Could be faster, but oh look at that, full throttle here for the last part of the course, and that looked good. Here we see Thor's car being screwed back together after a heavy roll in track number 3. However, the team managed to fix Thor, and here he is. Þormar's car driving along, but was the car okay after it? It looks a bit worse, but seems to be driving fast. However, there we have a big failure. The steering fails, and that's only 50 points for Þormar, which means he drops out of the lead. Now, visiting were Top Gear's Chris Harris and Freddie Flintoff, and let's see how they did the time attack. Here's Freddie Flintoff, he's driving the soap. The British driver have been improving with each course. Does this quite nicely. Freddie giving it a lot of gas here, and pretty smooth, but pretty fast. Now, quick through, and here we go, full throttle, nailing it through the last part of the course. That's looking good, and that's a very good time for Freddie Flintoff, and that's going to give him pretty close. This is Chris Harris. Chris Harris is used to driving race cars high speed, however these Formula Offroad cars are not anything like them. However, Chris was slower than Freddie, but a decent time nonetheless. Here we have Gerard Grímsson driving the Sledgehammer. Gerard was sitting in 4th place after a roll in track number 3. He saw what happened to Thor and wants to take full advantage, get onto the podium, and Gerard still looking for his first victory in Formula Offroad. He's very quick here through this time attack. This could be the fastest time of the day. Gerard has been competing since 2015. He's yet to win. Always quick here. Turbocharged engine. So much power here going through, and this might be the fastest time of the day. Yes, it is. 33.61. That's full house for Gerard. Here's Ásmundur Ingjaldsson driving the bomb. He's had some engine issues at the beginning of the course of the day, however they were fixed there. Haukur Einarsson driving Hekla. Haukur was sitting 3rd, 90 points behind Thor before this track, so he was an opportunity to make it to the top of the list. However, that was a mistake, definitely not quick here in the first part, and just does not look quick at all for Haukur Einarsson. Struggling with the car, it almost looks like there's something wrong with it there. Haukur, however, has been improving as a driver as he continues and gains more experience. Now let's see him in the last part. The car's just really wobbly for him there, and that time will not be good enough. 37.83, that's 308 points. Here we have Paul Jonsson driving the Sheep. Car's working well for Paul. He just needs some experience, and then he can challenge for race wins, maybe even championship. A lot of power in this car. And he finished on 35.54, which gave him 321 points. His Guðmundur Eliasson, it's only his second year in Formula Offroad. However, he is only 18 years old. Engine issues have been compromising his race in Hella, and did still here during the time attack. Here's Skúli Kristjánsson driving Simba. The car took a heavy hit in track number 3, broke the rear drive shaft. However, it seems to be working, and these Formula Offroad crews do an awesome job at getting these cars back out on track after all these rolls, all these jumps and bumps. This is Árni Svansson driving the Storm. It's a 2.4 liter turbocharged Honda engine, and works well in the time attack, even better than the V8s. Whoa, that's not looking good. Does he save it? Yes, he does. That was a great save, but that's not the right way to do it. And Aron got best in show reward for this save. He lost some time with that, but let's see this here, because the Storm is flying here through the last part. Or what there? It's a broken axle, and that is so costly, because if you do not finish the time attack, you only get 50 points for starting it. Now let's see the standing, and Þór Þormar falls down the list. Ingólfur Guðarsson leads, Geirivert Grímsson and Haukur Einarsson. Skúli Kristjánsson 4th, and Þór Þormar all the way down to 5th. Now it's the legendary course. It's the legend that has been shown all around the world. This is the Icelandic Formula Offroad, the river headline. Here is Ásmundur Ingjaldsson driving the bomb. Like previous years, the drivers must first cross the river before they drive down it. So they cross it, and then they get set up at the beginning, and they need to drive a far, far way through the river. Now this course is a time attack. However, it's legendary. You can sink or you can float at Hella. Here we go. Let's see, how does Ásmundur do it? Full throttle. Oh, that's wobbly getting into the water. However, he managed to float it well here. It's floating, it's floating. He might make it all the way across. Yes, he will. Fantastic drive there for Ásmundur, and that's going to net him 328 points. Next up, this is Þór Þormar Pálsson. He is keen to make up for the fail in the previous track, and he is known to be good on water. So let's see what Þór Þormar does. Oh, that's not very good. That's not very good. Is he going to try it on 3 wheels? This man, nothing stops him. He should know by now that he only has 3 wheels from underneath the car. Looks like he's gonna go for it. Anyway. No, he's black flagged. He's black flagged. The car has to have all 4 wheels turning to be allowed to cross the river. Otherwise the car might roll over in the water. So that's not a very good way to do it. Now let's see what happens. There's just, the wheel comes loose. It just takes a knock there when he comes onto land. Shame. I would want to see him try it. Now this is Freddie Flintoff. What can Top Gear do in the river? Too slow. Sinks. Not enough speed, and water got into the air intake. So that's only 25 points for Freddie Flintoff. This is Chris Harris driving the Farmer's Daughter. Why did you slow down there? Alright, but he gets over, and the Farmer's Daughter is still going well. This car is famous for aquaplaning at Hella. Now let's see if Chris can aquaplane it. Full throttle, wobbly, very wobbly. He might make it through. Just nail that throttle, because you need all the speed you can get. He might just make it. Yes, he does. 146 points. Pretty slow time, but good enough. Now here is Geirivert Grímsson driving the Sledgehammer. He's in a great battle for the lead with Ingólfur and Haukur. And a good time here through the water. Could net him first place. It's not all about the hydroplaning. The drivers must be quick on the grass as well, and he is doing that here. Geirivert gets turned around there nicely, and full throttle. He's taking a lot of pace into the water, nails it, lands it properly, and that is good hydroplaning. That's pretty fast. Might be the fastest of the day, at least the fastest so far, I guess. 344 points, and that time is a benchmark for others. Let's hear from Haukur.
And the water, there's quite a lot of water in the river this year. Are you going to try to hydroplane over it all?
Of course. I think it's going to make it. Because the river is not so deep in the middle, so I think I have a little bit tracks in the middle. So I think it's not going to be a problem if the car works.
Good luck today.
Thank you.
it's not gonna be a problem if the car works. Look at the speed that Haukur was carrying there through. He was third before this track. He really needs to beat Geir Evert's time to have a shot at the lead. Now let's see. Local police was on the scene to measure the car's speed over the river. The speed to beat is 63 miles per hour set by Thor last year. And look at the speed here above Haukur. That is quick, ladies and gentlemen. That is the way. Waves to the crowd. 61 miles per hour over the water, and that was a run. And it's, wow, let's see that again. He knows that Haukur's happy with that. Here we are on board. Look at that, it's like a speedboat. 5,500 spectators get waved. One hand on the wheel. That was an awesome drive by Haukur. Opens it up, waves to the crowd. Oh my god. That is a showman. Ironically, showman is the word for a sailor in Icelandic, so he might be both. Here's Guðmundur Jónsson driving Green Thunder. He's a rookie. He missed the first 3 courses. The car never really worked as it should, and he just took a cold shower at Hella. Stubborn car that, and that's what happens when there is no speed. The law of physics tell us that a Formula Offroad car will sink if it does not go fast enough into the water. Fact. $150 points for Guðmundur. And here is another Guðmundur, but this is Guðmundur Eliasson driving Rodeo. He's had the engine issues all day, and a car that has engine issues before the river will usually have engine issues in or after the river as well, and that was shown. This is Páll Jónsson driving the Sheep, and the Sheep does not go very far. 4 sheeps, they were meant to be on the grass, not in the water, and that is pretty much what we are seeing here, but it's a stubborn sheep, this one. Look at all that power though being pushed into the water and the bottom there to get it over. And it does. And that is going to be one wet sheep. Now let's see Skúli Kristjánsson driving Simba. There's a lot of power in this car. And the cars built at Ljónstad have always had a reputation for being good at handling. The rear drive shaft failed due to the damage after track number 3, so like Thor, he's not allowed to try to hydroplane. So that's only 25 points. Shame. Let's hear from him.
The car is working fine. Need to work on some problems with the car, but got damaged in 3rd course, so the drive shaft kept falling out of it. So I'll be coming back strong.
So are your goals set on winning some races in the summer?
Yeah, that's the plan. Try to win some.
Try to win some. Now this is Bjarki Reynisson driving the Animal. Bjarki was not having a great day in Hella, and he probably was driving too cautiously. Bjarki has always been good in the river, and back in 2015 he was the only car to hydroplane the whole way. A soft suspension there, making it a bit wobbly for him, but it looks like Bjarki will get all the way over. Yes, he will. Not in the quickest time, but 220 points for Bjarki. This is Aron Ingi Svansson. Storm, this is his first try over the river in this car. However, this car has horsepower. So let's see how he does, because he should be able to throw it. Could he go faster than Haukur? Oh, too wobbly when he gets into the water there, and that's gonna sink, isn't it? No, managed to keep it going, but for how long? Not much longer. It's gonna sink. Eventually, everything sinks. And Aron, no different there. Goes for it. And that Honda engine maybe just didn't have enough torque. Who knows? Here is Ingólfur Guðarason. This is Guttin Born. He needs to get a good time here to keep Geir Everton Haukur behind. because both Geir Evert and Haukur set fantastic time. So the pressure is on Ingólfur. Ingólfur, a very quick driver. He's losing time there though. Goes way out of the normal course. Back on it there. Needs to take a big line there to turn around. And not quick enough. I want to see drivers just pushing it through the grass. There's nothing there. There's nothing to throw them up in the air or do any damage. So just go for it. However, this is where the big time comes. Now, Ingólfur, full throttle into the water, aquaplaning. Will he get over? That is fast. Ingólfur, is that faster than Haukur? Let's see. That's a very good time, but no, it's not good enough for first place. So let's see the standings. Geir Evert Grímsson steals first place away from Ingólfur by 2 points. Haukur Einarsson third. So it looks to be a three-way battle as we go into the mud. This look can only mean one thing. It's mean, and it means the mud. I would not have left a hole in that glass though if I was doing it for the mud. However, that is what Thor Thormar decided to do, and he has no chance of a victory, but he can claw some points back, and he knows that they count in the championship. Let's see what Thor Thormar does in the mud. He likes the mud, and nota bene, this is not a time attack. This is just a pure 4-length mud one-off track in Hella, and everybody loves it. He is stuck there. There is mud everywhere. 150 points for Thor Thormar. That was not a good job. Now this is Chris Harris and the farmer's daughter. He takes the farmer's daughter for a dirty ride in the mud. Chris Harris not going very far, but far enough here. Will he beat the Icelandic champion by going further? No, he won't. Now, despite not finishing the final course, Chris ended up in 6th place, and that has to be said is a great job in his first Formula Offroad event. Maybe we'll see him again, I doubt it. Here's Freddie Flintoff, his main rival and competitor, driving the soap, and now the soap gets dirty as well. Dirty times for the Top Gear boys, and Freddie struggling here in the first part. He makes it through the bend though, and now he needs to gun it if he wants to go further than his rival Chris Harris, and he does. Definitely does. He's gone further than Thor Thormar as well. And that is, ladies and gentlemen, how you do it in Hella. Oh, will he go further? He gets around. Returning now to go back. What a drive, Freddie. Take a bow, and that was a good drive. Like Chris, Freddie didn't finish, but he still ends up 7th. And that's a great result for the Top Gear host in Hella. By the way, he's stuck. Somebody might need to tell him that. No. Yeah. Freddie, you're not going anywhere. Not anytime soon, at least. It might dry out one day. Freddie! There we go. No. Yes. No! Freddie! Stop it! Stop it! Shush! Stop it. Turn the engine off. Alright. Here we have Bjarki Reynisson. This is the animal. Bjarki can make up for a pretty bad day by his standards by finishing going all the way in the swamp. So let's see if he can. He's already gone further than anyone else. Pretty good job, Bjarki. The soft suspension working well in the animal here in the mud. He's got a lot of traction. This is the final stretch. He's not gonna make it. Is he gonna make it? Come on, Bjarki. No, only a car length to the finish gate where Bjarki finishes off. However, he waves a dirty wave to the crowd. What do you want when the finish line is inside? You just want to get through it. Nope. You move it. The first man to finish the mud. I mean, technically no car touched the gate. So. Now, here's Ásmundur Ingjaldsson driving the bomb. Ásmundur had been working his way up the leaderboard since his engine problems at the beginning of the race. Will we see something from him here? He's getting into the final stretch. Oh, might get stuck there. No, managed to get through there. It's a lightweight car. Looks well in the mud. Now full throttle. Otherwise you're not gonna make it. Gets traction there, but that's... No. was almost past the gate. However, a great final drive sees Ásmundur finish it and get 310 points, 40 penalty points for reversing. So he ends up 4th. Now let's focus on the top 3. Haukur can win this race, but he needs to go all the way to put the pressure on Geir Evert and Ingólfur. Haukur needs to go all the way already through the first bit. Ooh, fast here. That's not... Well, it was looking good. However, he went out of course there. 40 penalty points for reversing. No, he went too far, didn't he? He's stuck. And that's the end of the day for Haukur, I'm pretty sure. Now, let's see why this track is so difficult that drivers can't see a thing when the mud starts piling up. After that mistake, Haukur had to make do with 3rd place.
And also in the mud, you didn't make it. That wasn't very pleasant for you.
No, it's gonna be difficult to me to finish the mud.
But overall, you're happy with the day?
Yeah, I think so. Took the best, time on the water, and so I'm pretty happy.
Pretty happy. Here is Ingólfur Guðjónsson, only 2 points behind Geir Evert Grímsson before this final track. Now, he's passed Geir Evert already, obviously, but Geir Evert still to run the course. Ingólfur can't go all the way. It looks like it. He's fast here. Might need to claw the back of the other side. That's gonna be trouble. No, he makes it! And that really puts the pressure on Geir Evert. However, he got 120 penalty points during that course, so 230 points to beat. Geir Evert has never won a Formula Offroad event. He is looking so good here. He's in the final bit of the course. He has fewer penalties so far than Ingo, and that means that Geir Evert Grímsson is driving to his first Formula Offroad victory, and he does it in Hella, the one that everybody wants to win. Geir Evert Grímsson, take a bow. That's your first victory. 5 years of trying. It all comes up to this. Let's look at the final standings here. This is Geir Evert Grímsson that wins. He's got a 62-point advantage on Ingólfur Guðjónsson. Haukur Einarsson takes 3rd place. Ásmundur Ingansson 4th. Þór Þormar Pálsson 5th. And then the Top Gear boys are 6th and 7th. Now let's look at that championship. Geir Evert Grímsson leads Ingólfur Guðjónsson, Haukur Einarsson, Ásmundur Ingansson and Þór Þormar Pálsson. Just like the standings at Hella, obviously, as this was the first race. Now we're quickly going to look at this driver. His name is Óskar Jónsson. He drives the Wolf in the Street Legal. This is the first ever race, and he won. Fantastic job by Óskar Jónsson. He was competing against drivers like Steingrímur Bjarnason, who has been competing for almost 30 years. So a fantastic result for the rookie in the brand new car. And that car built in a different way to most of the others with that turbo engine. Something that is coming into the sport. Now let's hear from him.
Óskar, congratulations with the first race in the new car.
Thank you very much.
How difficult a job is it to build a Formula Offroad car?
It's a quite difficult job. It took us 2 years. We're 2 friends who built it together.
And what kind of engine is in this Suzuki?
It's an LQ4 6-liter Chevrolet.
So plenty of power.
Plenty of power. And we put a big turbo from China in front of it.
Congratulations to Geir Evert and Óskar. Now we will be back with you in a month or so with the second round of the championship, which takes place in the capital of the north, Akureyri. See you then.